Everyone, hope you're all well. So I thought in today's video I would give you an update on my Skeleton Mage build and how things have been progressing, and explain the build and the equipment choices that we've made. So let's dive right on in. We are level 96 now and progressing very nicely. So how does this build work? Well, there are three key items that you want to kick off a Skeleton Mage build. The most important, obviously, is the Dead Reckoning Jewel, which allows you to summon mages rather than regular skeletons. This, now that we're well into the league, is under 10 chaos, so very cheap to get started. The other, well, two more things that, I mean, once you've got the Dead Reckoning Jewel, you can go, and start doing certainly early maps. But to progress it to the next level, you want a medium jewel that has Blessed Rebirth. Minions created recently cannot be damaged. And that's going to, the further into mapping you progress, the more important that's going to become. So basically, you can summon your skeletons, first 4 seconds, nothing can damage them. And your minions do more damage when they're on full life due to certain bonuses that we'll look at. One of them is renewal, which we have on our medium jewel as well. So minions have 5% chance to deal double damage when on full life. So there are also situations, where the harder content you're doing, your skeletons can basically just be obliterated straight away. So this Blessed Rebirth just stops that happening, so you can always summon a new batch sort of, every couple of seconds, so you can always maintain your 10 skeletons. So that's the second most important thing you want. And then equipment wise, you want the Fleshcrafter body armor, and this gives your minions an energy shield protection, and again means that they are not going, they're a lot tankier. And this doesn't just apply, to your skeletons, it's going to apply to your Animate Guardian, your Spectres, and your Stone Golem. So a really nice summoner chest piece. You've also got the fact that they ignore elemental resistances of the enemy as well while they have energy shield. So yeah, fantastic summoner chest piece. And if you're just starting out, just get yourself a 5 link, and then save up and get yourself a 6 link. Alright. Now in my previous video, I forgot what level I was, something like 89, 90, that might have been earlier, I can't remember. But our equipment was fairly low level, and if you download the POE for this character now, you can, it gives you the sort of equipment you want to be aiming for. Alright, so let's just very quickly go over it. So we have a +2 to spell skill gems from our wand. So wand just applies to minions, skill gems here applies to all spell gems, but effectively our build is minions, so it's +2 to all our minions. We have you want to make sure that you have cast speed for minions on your wand, and you also need the trigger spells, because the trigger spells automates our Desecrate and our Bone Offering, and it just makes sure that we have Bone Offering up on ourselves and our minions all the time. I have it linked to Life Tap because I'm running on very low mana, and I want to make sure that I can always summon skeletons when I need to, rather than this trigger wand making us not have any mana. Alright, If you're wondering about how much this costs me 12 exalts. If you can't afford that, just get you know, a +1 wand, which will be a lot cheaper. But the most important thing is you want that trigger socketed spells. All right, the other most expensive piece of equipment in my build is my bone helmet. This cost me 18 exalts, and I think I got a good deal on that. So we've got the +3 to socketed minion gems. Our Spectres and Animated Guardian now run with the level 16 minion life, and they also have the +70% increased maximum life. What makes it more expensive is obviously the high life roll for myself, so +94 life. And we also have a free suffix, which we can craft whatever we want in there. So at the moment, well, I actually bought it with the fire and lightning resistance craft. I'm probably going to change that to something else. I've got a few options. Alright, so we run with Ashes of Stars, and we talked about that in the last video, I think. So I have a maximum, you know, perfect 20% reservation roll on this one. This has come down in price quite a lot, so it's not that expensive. But you're probably going to get that in maybe even under an exalt now. I haven't checked what the prices are at the moment, but I know it come down a lot since when I bought that one. For defenses, we run with the Surrender Shield, and the main reason for that is the recover 250 life when you block. It has nice life roll, but also it has huge armor, so plus 1500 armor if you block recently, and you will have blocked recently most of the time. So we are running with the Breaststealer Gauntlets, and again, this is for as much for defense as anything else. So we get bonuses from the blight spores when they pop. So when you use skills, when you kill rare enemies, these spores can appear, and they will give you a whole range of buffs, a bit like a mini headhunter. Alright, I've anointed it with prismatic skin, so I'm getting +2 to all elemental resistances, so my max resistances are 77, as we can see here, and I've capped my resistances as well, so I can run slightly riskier maps. And after that, I mean, we've just got sort of standard resistance ring. I've got Aspect of the Spider on my other ring for a little bit of extra damage. But it's not vital by any means. I've got standard boots, which, you know, I've added Eater of Worlds implicit for extra life regeneration, and then I've got a fairly nice Stygian Vice belt with a Ghastly Eye Jewel socketed in for some more minion damage. It's not a very good minion damage build, but the main reason I've got that gem in there is because I happen to need the 16 strength to equip my current equipment. The reason for that is because I am running Anomalous Enduring Cry, and I've maxed it out, and that requires 155 strength. If I kept that a bit lower level, then I wouldn't have any problems capping my strength. Now, the main stat actually you're going to have trouble with, especially early on, is going to be dexterity rather than strength. So we need 155 dex, and the way I'm getting it is I've got 43 on my boots, I have another 51 on my belt, and that is including with 20% attribute modifiers. And then obviously you get a little bit of all stats on the Ashes of the Stars. And that gives me, at the moment, I've got 183, but that includes taking plus 30 from expertise. And I actually have another plus 6 on my little chaos fuel node. And that isn't enough for me to drop expertise. I need 155. I would only have 152, 153. So I'm too short, which is a bit of a pain, but it is what it is. So is there anything else we want to cover? So your defenses, I mean, obviously we're getting defenses from Surrender Shield, and you do really notice it when you equip that, but that's not enough, alright? A lot of our defenses are coming from our Animate Guardian. And why is that? Well, the Guardian has 2 pieces of equipment that you want to save up for and make sure that you give it. The first is the Kingmaker axe. That cost me about 50 chaos, and that was quite a while ago, so it may be even cheaper now. And that is giving lots of bonuses to both us and our minions. So as you can see there, the Kingmaker presence, it's giving us Culling Strike, it's giving item rarity, crit multiplier, and what's giving us obviously a bonus is the 10 fortification. Then the other item you want is the Garb of the Ephemeral. Alright, so this is giving this action speed can't be modified to below base values buff, but it's also means that any minions, sorry, not any minions, any enemies close to our Guardian cannot crit. So another nice defensive bonus for us. And that is the reason why I take the Garb of the Ephemeral rather than the other popular chess piece for Guardians is the Doppelganger. And the Doppelganger basically means that your Animate Guardian is not going to die. It has some insane healing capabilities, something like 10% whenever it's hit. It gets health back. So that is another option if you're worried about your Guardian dying. I'm not worried about my Guardian dying. I have never had the Guardian killed. Not even once, not even when I was low level. I am running with level 28 Guardian, you can see here. Just from the buffs, you know, from our skill passives, we get +2 from the wand, another 2, 3 from the helm. So, you know, it's got insane health. I haven't lost a Spectre either, which is getting the same buffs from the helm since about level 89 or 90. So, yeah. Personal preference, I've gone with the Garb, but it's up to you. Which one you want to pick. So, I mean, that's effectively it for the build. I guess we'll just talk about Flask very quickly. As you can see here, I do not have a health flask. I haven't had one for 3 or 4 levels now. Because we are so defensive, we just don't need it, and instead I prefer to take the Taste of Hate flask for more physical damage mitigation, because that's where you've got your biggest risk of dying. All of my flasks are triggered when on full flask charges, which effectively means because we are going with very thick quantity maps, we have full flask charges all the time, basically. And then our final flask here is just to get rid of Ignite when we, well, especially when we open lockboxes. Yeah, just generally, that is another you know, nice defense. The biggest risk that your character has is to damage over time, especially ground effects. So cold damage or fire damage on the ground. Beyond that, you're pretty safe. You know, you can go against some pretty tough content and you know, not bat an eyelid. All right, so why don't we demonstrate this in action? Actually, before we do that, let's just bring up our Atlas passive tree, talk very quickly about this. So this has changed quite a bit since the last video. I'm still taking all the strongbox nodes, but now I'm taking Harbinger here, and here. So every map gets an extra Harbinger, and those Harbingers are got max buffs. I'm also taking Breach. So I have this node here, which makes breaches expand and contract much faster and have really high monster density. I take this so that when if I kill a boss, I've got a chance for a full Breachstone to drop, and then here 70% increased chance of the breach containing a boss. So essentially, if a boss appears in a breach, because I've got so many minions out there, I'll just drop Val Val skeletons most of the time. Those bosses just go down straight away, and I get 20 splinters. So without this node, you're going to get 10 splinters if you kill the boss. So that doubles them, and I've got a chance, obviously, of a full Breachstone. And then finally, I've taken most of the Legion nodes. So these two here. We have the cluster here, so we've got a chance, increased chance for a Maraketh and a Templar army. And what do these ones do? So yeah, so just basically buffing the whole of the Legion. This one is mostly around duration. Because I can't sort of insta-kill a full screen of monsters, this just gives me more time to make sure that I can kill off you know, most of the Legion before the timer expires. Now, we talked about this in the last video, but you always want to take this node here for extra altars, if you follow in Eater of Worlds at least. And then we buff all of our Eldritch monsters, so we get 20% here and 20% there. The reason you want your altars is because they give us bonuses. So if you get a really nice altar at the beginning of the map, it can significantly increase the amount of loot you're going to get. Alright, enough talking. Let's get into a map. So this is Burial Chambers, over 100% item quantity. It's a pretty nice roll. The only reason I haven't corrupted it is because it could actually make it worse. So I'm happy with 100%. Let's go with Ambush, and we will dive on. So running Burial Chambers because it's a nice linear map, so you're not going to miss anything. Oh, got Delirium as well, just to make it more exciting. Hotval skeletons. Alright, so as you can see, I've got a crazy amount of stuff going on. Which ones do I want? I'll go for the currency. What I really like is Scarabs. I picked the wrong one then. Both of those were shit on that one, so Oh, I've got another one I've missed. Yeah, the ones that just give chance for uniques to drop, by and large, I find pretty useless, because 90% of uniques that are going to drop, even probably close to 99%, are just absolutely useless. Okay, got another altar. That's what I wanted. Well, actually, that was chance for scarabs to drop double, not a chance for extra scarabs to drop. So that's the one you really want. It's only the one that I want. Well, let's get the Val skeletons down again. That's the detonate corpses. Stay away. Normally I would loot as I'm going along, but because this is delirium, we want to push ahead as fast as we can, so just means I'll have to come back and do a little bit of looting at the end. So you can see, oh, time is going to run out. Okay, well, got a delirium orb out of it, so can't really complain. Alright, let's just press on. Oh, another altar. Chance to drop additional currency, sounds good to me. So that's something that does happen. So we had two altars basically on top of each other then. And it would have been very easy in this. The second one, I almost did miss it.
I need more money.
Hey. So we're just going to clear around the Legion Monolith. Pop it. So that's good. Alright, so what I tend to do is just go to one side, pop down Val Skeletons, go to the other side, summon my minions, then open the monolith. So the Val Skeletons are going to clear one side. I'm then going to sort of quickly go around the edges, try and make sure that clear the rest, as much of it as we can. This is the reason why we need the extra timer. Alright, so I think we've got most of it there. Let's not get distracted by looting at the moment. Just quickly finish off the rest of the map. Yeah, another altar. We've got loads of altars on this one. Yeah. Get away from that one. So your main risks of dying when you open lock boxes are that explode, or the one that will really kill you if you don't move away is the detonate corpses. So make sure that you just dash away when you open a box, wait a couple of seconds, and then come back in. Alright, let's finish off the boss. And then mark him, and the skeletons will do the rest. I don't want anything else. Okay, and we're all done, apart from I've got a huge amount of looting to do. So hopefully that gives you a nice feel for what this build is really capable of. If you are gearing up, let's just have a quick word about priorities on gearing. So the first thing you want is a 5-link flesh crafter chest, obviously once you've got the Dead Reckoning jewel. Once you've got that, get yourself the medium cluster jewel with Blessed Rebirth. You can get one of those very cheap now if you're not worried about what the second jewel slot is, and just slot that into your jewel node up here. After that, get yourself a +1 wand with trigger sockets and a little bit of cast speed for your minions if you can afford that as well, and start saving up for the +2 version. For your helm, this is, I would say, the final piece you want to save up for. So it's not important, just get a cheap +2 minion helm to begin with. Get your +2 wand first. So this is what is going to really boost you to the next level. For defenses, you want the surrender shield. I'm not sure how much this costs at the moment. Let's have a quick look. So I can't, that's going to take too long. I have to look at the price offline. But I would imagine that is something around a couple of exalts might be cheaper. Let's see if the website... Oh no, you can get it under an exalt. 90 chaos for that shield at the moment. Now, to run all your auras, you are going to want Ashes of Stars with a 20% efficiency node, or at least an 18%. But I will go for the 20%. And this allows us to run Tempest Shield, Determination, we've got Aspect of the Spider, Zealotry, Defiance Banner. Alright, so we've got 5 auras, and that leaves us with, or leaves me with 66 mana. Alright, so you want your Tempest Shield for the spell block. Determination is because we are buffing armor as much as we can, because that is our main defense against physical damage. Yeah, you definitely want that. Then Zealotry is your damage buff for your minions, and Aspect of the Spider is also a damage buff. And then your Defiance Banner again is a nice defensive banner for ourselves. There was something else I was going to cover, which I cannot remember off the top of my head now. So I think we will leave it at that. If you have any questions, please do drop them in the comments section, and if you like the video, give me a like and subscribe, and that would be fantastic. Other than that, I hope to see you in the next video, and hope that you all stay well.